I'm Jean Roy, speaking as a citizen, opposed to the Fareless Square proposal. I've taken the bus informal since I was a child. As an adult, it's been painful to watch the decrease in service of the bus system in the Southwest where I live. We moved in our home 38 years ago because we were just 2 blocks from the bus. And gradually over the years, the service has declined. So, hours taken away and weekends taken away, and now it doesn't even go downtown. It's bus 55. So that it's essentially worthless. So either now I have to walk over half a mile or drive. So eventually this is going to force us to move, which is very hard on us. The second thing I am disappointed about is the decrease in bus stops downtown, because when the mall was put in, instead of every bus stop every 2 blocks, there are 4 blocks now, which requires a lot more walking. And at my age with arthritis, I'm just not able to do that much walking. And then the elimination of the Fareless Square is the third thing that will make it hard for me to continue taking the bus. I've used it a lot, and particularly now that retail and offices have moved into the rural, Fareless Square has been even more important, so that it can be used during the day without having to pay buy another bus ticket. So I see all the money being poured into Max, and as someone who's trying to continue to ride the bus because Max is not accessible to me where I live, I really feel like a second-class citizen. And so I urge you to keep the Fareless Square for bus riders. I wanted to suggest a couple other things that you could do to improve the system. One is to enforce Max riders to pay their fare and to actually assess fines. And the other is to have a system whereby the passengers get on the bus at the front door and exit by the rear door. I feel like a lot of time is wasted while I'm standing there waiting to get on the bus, and I can't because people are getting off. I feel that would probably save, it definitely saves time, so I assume it would save money as well. Thank you.
Okay, thank you. By the way, I forgot to mention that we have board member Schweitzer on phone access today. Are you there, Tiffany?
I am, George. How are you doing?
Good, fine, thank you. Okay, Lou Church. Okay.
My name is Lou. I'm with Transit Riders Union and Progressive Student Union at Portland State. We have just given George Pastore, if I'm pronouncing your last name right, the board president of TriMet, 1,400 signatures on petitions that Transit Riders Union has collected against the cuts to Fareless Square, against charging for buses in Fareless Square, against making the frequent bus routes run less frequently. There are 2 things I want to mention. In terms of service cuts, Transit Riders Union opposed the first round earlier this year. We also opposed this round. We think it's vitally important to preserve service and not institute hikes. There are hundreds of millions of dollars in TriMet's budget. There are, in the economy in general, Wells Fargo, in the first 6 months of this year, 2009, made $6 billion in profits. We feel the transit system is central, not just to sustainability, but to social justice and transit equity, and that Fareless Square needs to be preserved and expanded, not cut back. The second point I want to make is about the board of directors themselves. One of the organizing principles of Transit Riders Union this year is that we feel the board, in particular, of TriMet at this point, despite TriMet's liberal PR marketing reputation as a progressive government agency, that the board of directors seems to be completely, absolutely, and totally unresponsive so far to the 1,400 people who've signed these petitions. We would like to see you vote 6-0 to defeat the proposal before the board today and preserve Fareless Square.
Thank you. Jason Barber?
Good morning. Thank you for being here today. For the record, my name is Jason Barber of Portland. I just arrived from my Portland State University class, and I am a member of the Transit Riders Union. And I'd just like to mention for the record that for the first 7 months of 2009, my 5 most used bus routes, I do keep track of them, are in order: 14 Hawthorne, 17 Holgate, 44 Mox Crest, 72 Killingsworth 82nd Avenue, and 74 Wood District Southeast Express. Previously, I thought that I would have supported the main issue surrounding Ordinance 309, and I apologize to those who might have been affected by my previous comments, where I have unfairly stated things in writing to TriMet that the homeless issues and petition pushers and crime might be due to Fareless bus service. It's actually a systematic issue where a lot of times these people have nowhere to go, and this is not because of Fareless bus service. The issues involving crime and issues that people don't like to see in downtown are not as a result of Fareless Square, Fareless bus service in general. And I really think that Fareless Square and Fareless service for buses should be kept as a lifeline to those who are able to live their lives in downtown Portland. They're able to revolve their lives around it. There's still a lot of places you can't go in Fareless Square, but there are people out there who purposely pay higher rents so that they don't have to worry about having $2 or $2.30 for bus fare and whatnot, and that really should be a factor, especially if the new light rail service that's being pushed doesn't run at times and at locations where they will actually be able to use it. Additionally, I don't feel the $25 administration charge equates to free service for honored citizens. If TriMet wants to provide free service to honored citizens, there should not be any kind of administrative or cost of doing business charge or anything else associated to it. It should just be, hi, I'm an honored, somebody who's an honored citizen walks in, hi, I'm an honored citizen, okay, take a picture, give them the card, there they go, they have honored citizen service. Additionally, I would like to mention something on Resolution 09-08-64 on the Transit Investment Plan. I would just like to say that I really do believe that the service that has been eliminated, not just with the November 29th service changes, but also with the September service changes, especially the 33 Fremont and the 74 Wood District Southeast Express, should actually be stated in the Transit Investment Plan that, yes, these were services with riders, they were being utilized, and in the cases with those 2 routes specifically, they were utilized a lot more than in some cases routes that are not being looked at for elimination, such as the 84 Kelso Boring and some of the other suburban services. And I really believe that there should be something in the Transit Investment Plan that says these routes have been eliminated. They should also be returned when TriMet has the funds to do so. And that should be determined by actual revenues coming in, not, okay, we've increased salaries and transit tracker funding and all this other stuff. It should actually come down to when TriMet receives more money it can use for operations, these services should return as soon as possible. Thank you.
Okay, thank you. Chris Walker, I see you there, Chris. Are you?
No, it's not about this.
Not about this? Okay, I'll just have you wait short enough.